Right. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, good. So I'm going to, on a scale of 0 to 10, how much do you feel held back? 10 would be 100%. 0 would be not at all.
I would say probably 60%.
Okay. And partly I'm going into this a lot because I think so many people have been contacting me recently about a very similar issue. I know you're not surprised. But like from the last show, the clients that came to me, a lot of people were saying, and some of them knew what they wanted to do but felt held back, and it's so common that I just feel like there's a whole lot of people listening to this call who are going to benefit. So that's why I'm kind of going into this with all these questions. Okay, and then the last one is I kind of want to have you close your eyes and focus on that feeling of the fear and panic in your abdomen and the hand holding you back and you're not worthy. And is there any memory or experience that reminds you of?
Yeah, it's a real fuzzy memory experience that I really have never been able to really bring into focus. I've even asked my parents about it, and they get kind of panicky and won't discuss it.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is, but I just feel its presence stronger, and the more I work toward enlightenment, the clearer, I can't say the clearer it gets, but the stronger it gets. I mean, yeah, I think that's why I'm actually calling today at all times.
Okay, is there any aspect of that fuzzy picture that you can express?
It feels like sexual abuse of some kind, and I get abstract images of like being in a cage, or almost suffocating. It's really actually
Okay.
more just
Wow.
more like just the feelings of it, because I can't really see what's going on.
Okay. So we're going to let me know if, yeah, in this context, I don't want to take you, like normally if we had an hour and a half, I usually do hour-and-a-half sessions. If we had an hour and a half, I would take you into that fuzzy picture. But I don't want to take you too far in there and then leave you to tap by yourself, because it might be too scary to go by yourself. If anybody something comes up that's too scary to go by yourself, don't feel bad. We all have those places. We literally everybody, So I don't want to necessarily go in there because we're not sure what's in there, and we're kind of over the air and all that stuff. But we're going to start tapping, and just notice what we can get from this. And I'm kind of going to gloss over the abuse to some degree, just so we don't get all the way into it. But we might be able to get some clearing and some motion and some change about it, even without remembering anything. And you might actually be able to clear this without ever remembering anything.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, because your system, even this fuzzy picture that you have, your system knows what that is. And it may be a very brilliant thing that your system is doing to not have you access that. It's too painful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually allowed you, dissociating it like that has allowed you to actually live an intact life and continue in life, because it's kind of put it in this corner, but it's leaking. What happens is that a part of us puts kind of this amnesia blanket around this, but the blanket leaks over time, and it takes a lot of energy to maintain, and there's beliefs in disrupted energy and stuff within that pattern, within that part of us. But if it happens really young, it allows us to keep, sane and intact up and into adulthood. And if we didn't have that, if you had that memory all the time, you may not be alive today. I mean, really, it sounds pretty terrifying. So that might be kind of there. So we'll see where we get to. But yeah, there's ways to clear stuff without remembering everything that happened. Okay, so let's start tapping on the side of the hand, and I'm just going to have you repeat. Have you done EFT before?
I've done a little bit, not a whole lot. I've got several books, but I haven't really gotten too far into it. I basically get Gary Craig every week.
Okay, so I'm just going to have you tap on the side of the hand, and I'm going to tell you what point to tap on, and I just, since you've kind of seen it before, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're tapping on the side of the hand. Even though there's something keeping me back, let's have you repeat that.
Even though there's something keeping me back.
I feel this tightness in my lower abdomen.
I feel this tightness in my lower abdomen.
All this fear and panic.
All this fear and panic.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Even though there's this hand holding me back in my lower abdomen.
Even though there's this hand holding me back in my lower abdomen.
And I feel unworthy.
And I feel unworthy.
And not good enough to move forward.
And not good enough to move forward.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And I forgive myself for having this feeling.
And I forgive myself for having this feeling.
I know I'm doing the best I can.
I know I'm doing the best I can.
Okay. And even though there might have been something that happened.
Even though there might have been something that happened.
I choose to notice that might be there.
I choose to notice that might be there.
And I don't have to remember everything that happened.
And I don't have to remember everything that happened.
Maybe that part of me can tap on the inside without letting me know what happened.
Maybe that part of me can tap on the inside without letting me know what happened.
I want to keep the part of me that's holding all that stuff.
I want to keep that part of me that's holding all that stuff.
But I want to give that part of me the option.
But I want to give that part of me the option.
Of letting go of the pain and the fear.
Of letting go of the pain and the fear.
As we tap on these spots and let it go.
As we tap on these spots and let it go.
And I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Okay, top of the head, there's a tightness in my lower abdomen.
There's a tightness in my lower abdomen.
So, a hand is holding me back.
A hand that's holding me back.
Okay, eyebrow point. I have all this fear and panic in my abdomen.
I have all this fear and panic in my abdomen.
Side of the eye. Maybe this reminds me of being a child.
Maybe this reminds me of being a child.
And being hurt.
And being hurt.
Okay, under the eye. I know that I'm an adult now and I'm safe.
I know that I'm an adult now and I'm safe.
And I have all kinds of ways to keep myself safe from people who would hurt me.
And I have all kinds of ways to keep myself safe from people who would hurt me.
Okay, under the nose. But I'm still feeling this fear and panic in my abdomen.
But I'm still feeling this fear and panic in my abdomen.
This hand holding me back.
This hand holding me back.
Okay, under the lip, on the chin point. I don't feel worthy.
I don't feel worthy.
Of moving forward.
Of moving forward.
Maybe it has something to do with that fuzzy event.
Maybe it has something to do with that fuzzy event.
I'm willing to let go of the trauma in that fuzzy event.
I'm willing to let go of the trauma in that fuzzy event.
Okay, on the collarbone. I have this fear, panic, unworthy feeling in my abdomen.
I have this fear, panic, unworthy feeling in my abdomen.
This hand holding me back.
This hand holding me back.
I give myself permission to heal.
I give myself permission to heal.
even if I didn't have the support in the past.
Even if I didn't have the support in the past.
Okay, and then under the arm on the side of the body, all this tightness and fear in my lower abdomen,